Hey everybody, it's Dr. Haana here, and I'm coming back to you with another video. I just want to welcome you to a new series that I'm going to be doing called Reclaiming Her. After the response of my last video, I was just blown away with people who resonated with my story and who are going through some of the same things. So I just wanted to share with other people who may be on this journey or not. I've been recently learning about my life path number, and one of the things that it says is that I am a great storyteller. And now, knowing that about myself, I wanted to tell you guys the story of how I entered into my soft life season, which is the season I'm living in now. Say reclaiming myself, I'm really focused on living a soft life that's focused on real healing and just taking care of my damn self, Like, I've been doing that all my life, but when I'm talking about taking care of myself, I'm talking about the things that people can't see. I think as Black women, we carry so many people, and I got to a point where I'm like, who's holding me? Like, I knew at the end of the day, my husband's gonna hold it down for me. He's got me, but what about all these other people that I'm pouring into? Like, who is going to have me? And so I got to a point in my life where I was truly broken. And that's the last thing was when I left my job. Losing my parents were hard, but then my job was my identity. Everyone who knew me as, Mrs. Dykeman or Dr. Dykeman, the principal or the teacher or this. And I didn't choose my job. My job actually chose me. Like, we were stationed in Korea and I needed a job, and I look with anything. I put my whole heart into it, and I actually really loved it. And I'm thankful for that time. But anyways, a part of reclaiming me is really putting things that happened to me in the past to bed and briefly talking about why I left my job. I was in a place in my job where, you know, there was chaos everywhere. There was chaos in my body, in my house, like, my car, like everything in my life was chaos. And I was always in like trauma response mode. Like, how do I fix this so I can move on to the next thing? And I just realized that I was drowning and I was in a place that I just needed support. And the final straw of me resigning was being a school principal is hard enough, but being a Black woman in leadership, people question you all the time. And people, even though I have all these letters behind my name, will still question me. And I'm like, you wouldn't question one of my Caucasian colleagues like that. Why are you questioning me? I was accused of being disrespectful and rude and all these things, which nobody who knows me, I'm none of those things. But anyways, what I did do was hold people accountable, because I believe that Black and brown kids deserved educators who were held accountable, because for too long it hasn't been. That'll be a different soapbox. But one day, I had some fifth grade students who were just the bane of my existence, and I had a fifth grader threaten a parent. I'm sitting in my office at 5:30 because I'm going to go to the football game later, and that same kid who threatened the parent then sends me a picture of her face, and she had just been assaulted by 15 people, or so she says. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. You know how people exaggerate when they got their ass whooped, but when I saw her face and the blood and the bleeding, and knowing that her son was there and it was caused by an interaction that happened at my school, I could no longer control the chaos anymore. And when I tried to reach out for help, which may have been my downfall, my supervisor tells me, don't tell the superintendent, because she's going to be at the football game with you. Let her enjoy the game. But I'm thinking to myself, I tell my parents that I'm going to keep your kids safe. And I now knew I had a situation that was out of control on a Friday, and I didn't know how I was going to go to this game and do that. So I get to the game, I see students from my current school and my old school, and they're telling me how much they love me and miss me. And the superintendent sees all this, and I'm just dealing in the back of my mind, knowing that this has happened and I'm not supposed to tell her. In hindsight, maybe I should have, I don't know. But I was in such a trauma response, and I got home that night and I told my husband, I'm going to write this email. So I wrote it. It was like, hey, I need this support, and if you can't support me and I'm the barrier, because that's what they kept telling me, I was a barrier to my kids getting success, which anyway. And so if I was that barrier, then I'll remove myself. And in hindsight, I will never do that again. I'll never give anybody the cop out of not having to deal with me, because I felt those people deserved to talk about how they were going to keep those kids safe, and keeping me quiet was a way to do that. And I will never do that again, because I think our Black and brown kids deserve better. Like a real shift happened in me where I stopped working, and I had to sit with myself and be like, do I even like me? Do I even know me? Like, I remember telling my husband, I know my favorite color is pink, but if you notice, I'm always wearing red. So why is that my favorite color? Like, just those simple things. And so when I was able to kind of step back this shift happened, I got into therapy because I'm like, I know I need to do that. I had a lot of loss that I experienced. And what I learned about me is that I don't protect myself. I'm expecting all these other people to protect me, and that's not what I should do. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect my sacred time. I'm going to invest in, like, my skincare rituals and my journaling and my manifesting. I through therapy had realized I had never been on a trip by myself. And when I say by myself, like a true restful trip. So I took a solo trip, which I'm going to talk about in another video, and just really reclaimed myself. So I'm spending this new season that I'm in, it's called my reclaiming season, living my joy out loud, living my life out loud, doing the things that I enjoy that don't cause anybody else any harm. I'm going to do those things. So if I want to wake up on a Tuesday and put on this outfit that makes me feel good, I'm going to do that. If I'm going to record a YouTube video and what makes me comfortable, I'm going to do that, because at the end of the day, the only person I'm accountable to is myself. I have three things that I really do. I'm, protecting my sacred time, which is this time now, and I'm going to let you guys come in a little bit on my sacred time, and I surround myself with people who pour into me. And if they're not pouring into me, then I'm not pouring into them. And I'm choosing joy. And in this world where they try to shrink Black women and shrink our excellence, and I won't shrink for them anymore. And so I won't shrink for people to feel comfortable, because everything I do, I'm going to do it with excellence. And if you don't like it, that's on you. That's not on me. But I'm not going to shrink for you anymore. And so I'm putting out a call of action to Black women, all women, but especially Black women. After what we saw happen in the election, I was telling another person that it was only Black women who still believes in America enough that we thought Kamala was going to win, because we still had this hope. And now we see the truth that we're the only people who are going to protect us. So this call to action I have, if your life is chaos, or if there's chaos going around you, know it's okay to stop and be. Know it's okay not to pick up that phone call. Know it's okay not to go to that luncheon, or, to overextend yourself, because nobody's going to give you the prize for being the hardest working person. You're not going to get to heaven and God's going to be like, or whatever you believe in, God's going to be like, you worked so hard and you were tired all the time. Good job for you. Like, no, nobody gets a prize for being the most tired. So Black women, women in general, stop. This is my permission to you to say, stop with all the chaos, stop with all the madness. And it's okay to just be. Just be beautiful. Just be Black. Just be excellent. But the most important thing is just to be. So this is going to be the last time I really address my job, this specifically. That season is done. I'm thankful for that season. I'm thankful for the people I met, the kids' lives I got to impact. I've met Dr. Opal, like I said before. I went to Philippines to hire teachers. Saw countless kids graduate, taught countless kids to how to read. And to me, that's one of the biggest joys. My grandmother loved reading, and to know that I gave kids the gift of being able to read is something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. But what I will no longer carry is the trauma of being an educator and the trauma of being a Black woman in leadership. I won't carry that anymore. I started this video and I had all these notes and all these things that I wanted to say and get out and convey and get my side of the story told. But here's the only thing I hope people take away from me telling my story. As Black women, we deserve better. And we deserve more. And it's okay for us to ask for that. So knowing I had all these pages of things to say, and now I'm not saying any of them, because just writing them was being true to me and being, sacred to me. And so I'm just thankful that I have a platform to even be able to say anything. When I say platform, I mean the ability to know how to upload a video and to be able to talk. And so I'm not going to deal with that part of my life anymore. It may come up because it did some great things there, but that doesn't define me and the work that I'm going to go do next, because my next season, this comeback, it's going to be so good, because it's not for everybody else. It's for me. Like, my comeback season is just for me. It's not for my mom or my dad or my husband or my school community or my brother or anybody. It's just for me. And that's what makes this new season of my life so exciting, because I'm reclaiming my life, my pleasure, my sacred time, my beauty, all of those things. I'm reclaiming it for me and my own joy and contentment. And if I'm doing it for me, I know it's going to be great. So with that, in the comments, I have included the journal that I use to kind of help me through my healing and my reclaiming season. Each week I do a video. I'm going to put the journals that I'm working with and some of the manifestations and some affirmations I'm doing because I want to share with other Black women. I don't want to gatekeep. If I have it, I'm going to freely give it to you. So thank you for those who joined and subscribed. I'm really excited to edit this video to get it out today on Friday because I have some other content that I'm also going to be putting out today. And I also want you to watch my videos for some Easter eggs I've been putting in here for some other things I want to talk about. And if you think you know what some of my Easter eggs are, just put them in the comments. But like I say with all my videos, at the end of them, may you have the day you deserve. Talk to you guys soon.